I guess not. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you again. Let's talk about the difference between 1, 2, and 3-star heroes. Now, what is that, and where are they, and how do you know what a 1, 2, or 3-star hero is? If you go to Overwatch's website, which is playoverwatch.com, and you click on Heroes, which is in the top left, and you go to the different heroes. They're sorted by class and then alphabetically. So you have attack, defense, tank, and support. When you go to them, it will have bios, clips, and everything, but in the top, it'll have one of 3 stars. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. And that's talking about its difficulty. So 1-star difficulty hero, a 2-star difficulty hero, and a 3-star difficulty hero. So let's talk about what those things mean. Let's start by talking about how Blizzard defines a hero being 1, 2, or 3 stars. So, a 1-star hero is a hero that just makes sense. You just get their kit instantly or very quickly, how to use them instantly or very quickly, and the concept of the hero is just immediate. Oh, Reinhardt, big shield. Got it. Big shield, hammer, launches something that goes out at people, and he has an ability where he launches something out at people, and then he has another ability that launches him out at people. So let's talk about who is. So that's 1 star. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's 1 star. 2-star now is a hero that you look at him and you go, oh, well, that's kind of neat, and then you sort of start playing them and you go, oh, this is kind of tricky. I sort of like what's going on here. I get it, but I don't quite know how to do something like this. So Winston would be a good example of a 2-star hero. Oh, this is neat. I'm a big monkey. I can fly through the air and I can put down a shield, and I've got this laser, this lightning gun that hits everybody. But then you're like, huh? Well, okay, that's pretty neat. I don't quite know how to use them effectively, but it sure is interesting. And then you have the 3-star difficulty hero, and the 3-star difficulty hero, you look at them or you start working with them and you go, oh, this hero is really stupid. I don't get this. Something like this would be May. May is a 3-star hero. Who cares if I can put up a wall in the middle of the battlefield? How does that help me? Or what do you mean I have to get in their face in order to use the freezing gun? Or why does it take forever to do my secondary charge shot? Things like this. So it's like the higher you get in difficulty, the more odd it is or the more you don't get a certain character. Oops. Uh-oh. Don't remove me for inactivity, please.
Soldiers now.
Whoa. So let's talk about the starred heroes then. Let's start with 1-starred heroes. First is Farah.
I will protect the innocent.
Pretty easy to figure it out. She is a lady with a jump pack, or a rocket pack that flies around, and she shoots rockets, and it's great. And one of them makes them go over there, and one of them makes her fly higher. I get how that works. Flying rocket lady, that's kind of like Iron Man, although her cannon should really be attached to her arm, but instead, it's a gun that you hold. How odd. Let's talk about Reaper for a second. Reaper? Easy. I've got big shotguns. I can kill you in 1 hit. Great. Oh, I can kind of turn into a ghost? That's neat. Oh, I can also teleport somewhere? That's also kind of neat, I suppose. But I get how it works. I teleport to get over there, right? So I can go get you, or teleport to be on the high ground to escape. And the shotgun blasts, easy. Everybody understands shotguns, that you get close, you kill everything. That's Reaper. Soldier 76. Soldier 76, really easy. I am a soldier. I shoot a grenade, I shoot bullets, I also have healing. Yes, it's a lot of stuff, but Soldier 76 was in Halo. Soldier 76 was in, you know, Duke Nukem. Soldier 76 was in literally every FPS ever. Oh, I get this kit. And I can sprint too, just like all of them, right? Next we have Bastion in the defense for 1 star. Also, it's important to mention, if you hold for hero details, the difficulty is right under his name. So see Bastion, role is defense, difficulty is 1 star. I should have mentioned that a lot earlier. Bastion, pretty easy. I have a small machine gun. That's neat. If I push a button, I transform into a bigger machine gun. That's also really neat. Oh, I've got a button that heals me. That's pretty neat. Oh, I can transform into a big gun that moves, aka his tankle. That's also really neat. All of those things you get. Or we get. That's the only one for him. Let's go over to Reinhardt now, a 1-star defense hero. Huh, that's funny. Just learned about that technique today. Reinhardt. I've got a big hammer that I swing. Oh, that's neat. I don't actually have to reload. Oh, I've got a big shield. I bet I stick this up when people are shooting at me. Oh, hey, that's neat. Something goes out from me. And, oh, hey, this is neat. I can ram somebody.
This old dog still knows a few tricks.
Now, the kit is easily understandable. What might not be easily understandable is the skill with which to use. Oddly enough, Roadhog is.
I'm a one-man apocalypse.
A one-man apocalypse, okay. So, this kit's pretty easy to understand. I have a shotgun that shoots things out. I have another shotgun that shoots things out. I've got something that heals me. That's pretty neat. Oh, and I've got this thing that brings you toward me. That's pretty neat. So that's it for him. And then the only 1-star support that we have is Mercy, who just received her massive nerfs today. And her kit's pretty easy. Oh, I push this button, I heal you. Oh, I push this button, I resurrect you. What's this do? I don't know, but you have arrows for some reason. Maybe people like it? Neat. Flying is also easy to understand. The flying and the floating. I fly around, I heal, oh, I push a button, and I have a gun. It does only one thing. That's pretty neat. Her kit, pretty stable. Or pretty simple, that is. So let's go on to 2-star heroes now. Let's go over to McCree. Oh, I got the new McCree skin.
Justice ain't gonna dispense.
I'm excited because I like how blue it is. McCree's skin, I'm sorry, not McCree's skin. McCree's, oh, look at that. His portrait's way off. So with McCree, you get his kit pretty quickly. Like, oh, okay, I shoot, and it works out, you know, I shoot with a 6-shooter, and they die very quickly, and I understand that. Oh, I push this other button. Oh, I fire all my bullets at once. That's pretty cool. Now, something that you're like, well, that's kind of weird. One is his flashbang.
Don't move.
Like, wait a minute. You mean I have to stand right in front of them for it to work? Why can't it? Why doesn't it throw down the hall like a grenade or something like that? And then the other thing is his roll. Like, who cares if I roll 2 meters that way?
Easy.
Like that did nothing. So there's a part of his kit now that's just a little bit confusing. Ooh, and I should bring in chat so that way I can see what's being said here. I do that by pushing this button, and then by pushing that button, and then by pushing that button. And then we'll push this button here to get the comments going. Aha! And it is Devaso talking about Overwatch 101. And that is correct, sir. Okay, so that is 2-star McCree. Let's talk about Tracer. Tracer is a 2-star hero as well. Pretty easy to grasp. It's like, so I shoot bullets and I teleport. Like, I understand that, and I can recall and I move through space. That's pretty neat. But then there are some things that are more difficult to get, like... Oh, I guess that was much too close. Like, how come when I'm over here and I'm shooting, it does no damage? Like, that's kind of weird. How am I supposed to play her? So the kit is simple because we only have, you know, and also her ult. Like, what do you mean my ult kills me? And why does it only go so, why doesn't it go that far? So, you know, go all the way. So very much, you know, a lot of mobility. You get the mobility, you get how the guns work, but then it becomes a little odd when you're like, well, why don't they work from all the way back here? Why does it kill them up front? And so there's that. Next 2-star hero we have is Junkrat. Junkrat, you know, has these things that you can't quite aim. What do you mean? Now I have to, like, compensate for an arc, and how come when I fire up there, it doesn't quite hit? How come I'm not hitting everybody the way that I want to? Junkrat also received a nerf today, but you get certain parts of his kit, like, oh, this thing, I blow it up. Oh, it can also move me. And then also, this thing too. Oh, a trap. I have a feeling it will trap them when they get trapped. So again, parts of his kit, really easy to understand. Other parts, a little more difficult to understand. Torbjorn, similar thing. You're like, oh, a turret, that's pretty cool. Oh, if I hammer it, it increases, and, you know, it increases health and stuff like that. And then also, but you're like, but wait a minute, what's up with this weapon that falls over time? And it also has a shotgun as well, and then what's an armor pack? And so, like that. So, like, his kit makes a lot of sense, but, you know, how do I use it properly? 2-star, Widowmaker, another 2-star. Pretty easy to understand. I have a sniper rifle, I shoot a bullet, they die. Got it. But what's really weird is, like, well, now why is it that, you know, I'm doing no damage? I'm shooting bullets. Why is it doing no damage? Oh, I have to wait for it to charge? That's interesting. You fire that thing out. Oh, man, you can't even see it. Grappling hook, easy to get. But then you fire this thing out, and you're like, well, what is that thing? What does it do? And when somebody gets hit by it, what do you do? You know, what do you do? Does it do any damage? Does it explode? It doesn't kill them. What is it for? So it's sort of like there's some elements, like Widow's kit, like, you get sniper. You get that percentage too. And you get the wall hack, right? But there are some things that are a little bit more difficult to understand. Diva, she is a 2-star tank. You get certain parts of her kit. Neat. I don't ever have to reload. This is really great. And then also micro missiles. That's pretty cool. And then you also have this defense matrix here. Well, why does that defense matrix go away so quickly? And how do I use that effectively? Flying is really neat. But how do I do everything appropriately and see how, so everything got a cooldown and a recharge rate, so there's a lot to manage with Diva's kit. How do you know what counters what? Orisa, surprisingly enough, also 2-star.
Your safety is my primary concern.
Pretty easy to get. She fires a big old machine gun. That's really nice. She has a shield that she shoots down. That's pretty nice. I bet I'll shoot that in front of me. And even this thing over here, the whole... Oh, I missed it. I just shot it too far away. And even this, you're like, oh, okay. I guess I'm stronger now. Maybe more defensive. Oh, okay, that's pretty neat. So, but it's kind of like, well, how am I supposed to use this kit effectively now? Winston, 2-star hero, talked about him a little bit.
Imagination is the essence
Like,
of
oh, this is really cool. I can place down a bubble shield. I've got this lightning gun that hits everybody. That's really neat. But it runs out of power pretty quickly. My shield's already gone. What happened to that? Jumping, that's pretty cool. So I get to be mobile. So you, like, understand his kit for the most part, but, like, are not quite sure how to utilize it 100%. Who else do we have now on the 2 stars? We've got Lucio.
Come on, let's bring it together.
Lucio, okay, this side goes fast. That's really great. Okay, this side heals. I understand that. Green means go, and I'm going a lot faster here. Oh, I can amp it up and go even faster. All right, that's really great. And then I've got this boop. But like, who cares if they fly 5 feet? So, you know, and you know, how do I wall ride? You know, it takes time to be able to do that, to get that down appropriately. Moira is a 2-star hero.
Science will reveal the truth.
You understand? Okay, I damage, and things are going away from me. I can send out a damaging orb. Oh, okay, now I can heal. That's great. Oh, but why is this meter going down? You know, and after a while, it's like, oh, I can't heal anymore? What do you mean I can't heal anymore? What? You know, why can't I heal? You know, and you send out a healing orb, but wait a minute, my healing is running away from me. What's going on here? And then you've got this fade, and you're like, wow, that lasts for 2 seconds. So on the whole, you understand, like, Moira, 1 part damage, 1 part healing, but there are there are some elements that you don't quite understand. Why can't I heal all the time? What do these orbs? How do they interact with the environment? And then lastly, believe it or not, 2-star hero, Symmetra. Which is crazy. So you're like, oh, okay, I get it. A tractor beam. I don't actually have to aim. That's really cool. And then you're like, oh boy, turrets. That's also kind of neat too. I bet if a bunch of people walked into these things, they would do a ton of damage.
Know your place.
Know your place. So that's really great. And you're like, oh, I've got this ball. But you're like, wow, that's such a slow moving ball.
Double kill.
Who cares? You know, like, what does that do for me? And like, a teleporter, a shield generator? What in the world is that all about?
Double kill.
So you sort of get Symmetra on the outset, but then struggle a little bit with regards to how to play her effectively.
Double kill.
So that's it for all the 2-star heroes. Now we've got the 3-star heroes. Check it out. So first we've got Doomfist. Doomfist. So he's got this shotgun thing, but wait a minute, I can't shoot it all the time. That's kind of weird. And then this one makes me go up. That's neat that I floated down, and then that one just, you know, makes him go forward a little bit. And then this punching thing is pretty neat. But it's sort of like, now everything's on cooldowns, and like you can literally run out, you know? And then you shoot everything out. I can literally do nothing. For that 2 seconds there, I used everything and could do nothing. And so you might think to yourself, well, this is stupid. I don't know how it works. And it's only through really learning about the ins and outs of the hero do you figure that out. Genji is another one. When I first saw Genji, I was like, so I'm trying to throw, and these things don't seem all that powerful, especially when you've got targets that are moving. You know, like, wow, that didn't kill them at all. And then you've got this fan, and you're like, okay, that's equally, like, I can see where that could be useful, I guess, but I don't know how it works. The double jumping is neat, but especially if you're on console, you're like, well, how do I do that? And also, you know, he wall climbs and stuff, and then this dash, and then what does this do? Who knows? Okay, I mean, we know what it does. It deflects. But still, very difficult kit. Sombra, same thing. Lots of cooldowns. You know, what is this? What's a hack? I get this machine gun here, but it doesn't seem, you know, all that good. So there's a beacon over there. Being invisible, does that mean I get to walk up to people now? Oh, but wait a minute, I am no longer invisible. What happened there? So bits of her kit, difficult to understand. Hanzo,
With every death comes honor.
more complicated than Widow because he's got this projectile that falls over time. Well, okay, it's not hit scan like Widow, so I want to shoot this guy. So let's aim, and I guess that did. But you know, the fact that it's falling over time, and it's a projectile. Man, am I just so good at Hanzo right now. Scatter arrow. How to use scatter arrow appropriately? That didn't hit anybody. You know, and then you've got this one too, and oh, okay, so I guess I can see people through walls, but you know, I have to shoot it at a certain spot. It can be difficult. Didn't even talk about his wall climb. May,
Our world is worth
again,
fighting for.
you know, what does this do? Can I shoot it under me first of all? Oh, I can cancel it now? Oh, self-healing, that's pretty cool. But then, you know, what is this? So it takes me a while to actually charge it up, and then, you know, I can freeze people. How in the world is this going to help me? And then they unfreeze just like that. So it's like, I froze them, but then they unfroze and they came after me. Can be tricky to understand. Zarya,
Together we are strong.
3-star tank. This one is difficult even for me. I still think I'm a beginner in many respects, but like, they get a bubble? That's kind of neat. Oh wait, it's already gone. I get a bubble too? That's neat. Oh wait, it's already gone. Wait a minute, it takes like 10 seconds for it to reload?
Barriers on you.
So it goes on them, and then, oh, 8 seconds. So 8 seconds? And then the one for myself, 10 seconds. So like, how is she a tank? Now I'm totally vulnerable with only 4 HP. This gun doesn't go all that far. What's going on with that? You know, why is there a number under the gun? So just, her entire kit is just kind of weird and confusing, and yet you see these amazing Zarya players, and they will just crush you. Ana, same deal.
Never stop fighting for
It's
what
like,
you
so
believe
I'm a
in.
sniper, I can heal, I can hit. How come when I hit, it doesn't do all the damage all at once? You know, what's a sleep dart do? You know, what does that jar do that I just threw down? How come it's a projectile whenever I shoot it like this? So she's a very complex healer. Zenyatta's the one that I don't quite get. I feel like Zenyatta is pretty simple. So like, oh, I send that orb over there and it just heals them all the time. Oh, okay, I get that. Oh, I send one of these things out. That's pretty great. And then you send this thing out and you're like, well, what does that do? It's not damaging them or anything. And it might be difficult to understand that you're doing damage. Of course, you know, when you've got the volley, that's nice. But then once you realize that it's the same damage as just shooting one orb, why not just shoot all the orbs? And then also, you know, the orbs are not hit scanned, so what's going on with that? So anyway, those are all the starred heroes. I think that if you're having trouble with Overwatch, you ought to be practicing on 1-star heroes. Why? Well, I'm doing it, and I'm actually finding out some really interesting things when the hero gets out of the way, and it's just, and you're able to sort of be one with them, as Zenyatta would say, then it becomes more easier to get a grasp on some of the game's other more confusing elements. So, your hero list. 1-star, Pharah, Reaper, Soldier 76, Bastion, Reinhardt, Roadhog, and Mercy. 2-star heroes. McCree, Tracer, Junkrat, Torbjorn, Widowmaker, Diva, Orisa, Winston, Lucio, Moira, and Symmetra. There are more 2-star heroes than anybody else. 3-star heroes now. Doomfist, Genji, Sombra, Hanzo, Mei, Zarya, Ana, and Zenyatta. These are advanced heroes. So, that is it for what the 1, 2, and 3-star hero ratings mean. If you want to get to them, if you want to get to figure out what star your hero is, just hold left on the D-pad for PlayStation and Xbox, and then for PC it is another button, but you can see Mercy up there in the top left. It will say that she is a support and her difficulty is 1 star, and it will also let you know what her kit, what everything in her kit does. So again, thank you for watching and have fun out there.